Alright, so I just got here. It's the next day. I went home to get food last night and kind of gave up and ended up doing other stuff. But today I want to get the head off. Yeah, so that's my goal. Let's see. It's a beautiful day out. Kinda windy, but that's okay. So yeah, I'm gonna start with putting this motor at top dead center and setting the timing up so I could take the head off, and lock the cams and lock the crank and everything. And then take the injectors off, take the turbo, like the exhaust off, and then valve cover, and should be able to pull the head off. And that's pretty much my goal for today. Just get the head off. Okay, yeah, so I have to take my intercooler off. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and then I could get a socket on that crank pulley. I think it's a 1912 point that I need. So I'm gonna take this off, which is just 3/13s. And then take that charge pipe off here, and then the intercooler should come out. Yeah, intercooler's off. So now I can get to this socket here, this bolt, which is it's a 1912 point. So I'm gonna find one of those. Probably could see it through here better. Yeah, right there. 1912 point, and then I turn that and it'll turn the motor over. And then I could set it to top dead. So when you're turning the motor over by hand, always do it clockwise, like you're tightening it. So you don't want to spin the motor backwards. So then on this motor, there's this little crown thing here. I'll show you when it's up here. But it goes to the top, and then this one has a pin in the back. Or pinhole. It's going to be hard to turn it over because of the compression. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, so this guy here, this little crown has to be straight up. And then this one, there's a little hole here for a pin to go through. And the bottom has 2 lines you line up. So I don't know if the camera will pick it up. But there's this little indent right where my finger is on the crank pulley. And you line that up with that line right there. And that means it's top dead. So I'm going to do that. It's okay to turn the motor back a little bit counterclockwise, but not a lot. Like, you don't want to do a full turn. Okay. So now this guy's lined up to the top. This pin's lined up, and then at the bottom, I'll show you through here. You can tell both lines are lined up. So then that should be good. Top dead. So now I'm going to get the locking kit. Alright, so this is our timing kit for TDIs, because this is a 2-liter diesel. So you got the timing kit. So this is what you put on the crank pulley. Take the bolts out, and this locks the crank pulley, which I'm about to do. And then I have a drill bit in here locking this pulley. Then I don't have anything for this one, but I can't find a hole anywhere to lock it. But the head's garbage anyways, so yeah, it's okay. And then I got to lock the pulley, so I'm going to take the crank pulley off and put that lock in. And I'm going to take the injectors off, and then try to get the valve cover off so I can pull the head bolts. And then I gotta take my exhaust off too, which I want to remake. I think once the head's off, I'm gonna clean up the engine bay and like route everything properly. Make it look nice in here. Because people actually like looking at this for some reason. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. It does look pretty sweet. My goal next summer, have no issues with this thing. Nothing. And then this winter, this thing I think is gonna get an engine swap. I'm over 4 cylinders. I don't want to do any more 4-cylinder stuff. Fluid and water. Here's another van we're working on. This one, I don't know if you can see it, but they got brand new heads. There you go, you can kind of see the silver there. Brand new heads, new piston rigs. Where's the old? Yeah, here's the old ones. Not that one. This one. The valves are broken. Yeah, I've never seen valves do that. I guess they get too hot and then chip away. Yeah, so he got new heads. Alright. So I got the crank pulley off. It sucked. It was kind of seized onto here. So there's just a lot of wiggling to get it off, but it's off. So now I can put that lock thing on, which hopefully, yeah, so there's a pinhole up here above the pulley, and then the 2 bolt holes, I think, hold it on. I don't know. I will figure it out now. Yeah, here's the bolt. Yeah, so this is the triple box, if it focus. Yeah, so it's like 3 squares. Holy. Yeah, you get the point. I always hammer them in so they don't strip. And then here's the pulley. Over there. And take this guy. So these 2 holes go in these 2 side holes of the pulley, and then up top here, let's see. I don't know if I could get it. You might sort of be able to see it, but up here there's a hole where my finger is behind the pulley that this guy slides into, and that blocks it from turning over when you're taking the timing belt off. So now that's in. Take this off, and then that pulley's locked. So now that's at top dead. So now I can take the timing belt off and don't have to worry about timing anymore. Take these guys off, which I've never done before. I've done timing belts on these. I've never pulled a head on these. Alright, so I got the injectors off. You can see right into the head. It's super weird how you get them off. It's 4 Allen keys per injector, and then 2 10mm that bolt onto right there. As you can see, so there's these plates that are held on by the 4mm, and you have to take the 4mm off and then turn them sideways, like just the plates, and that'll allow you to get the 2 10mm off here. Then you do that for all 4, and then you can just pull them all out together. It's kind of neat. I've never seen that before. That's cool. So I got those out. So now my camera's about bad, but I have more batteries. But I'm gonna undo the tensioner on the timing belt, take the timing belt off, and then yeah, then I could take this valve cover off, pull the head off, head gasket off, and then see if I want to keep going from there or not. I'm definitely gonna take my time and clean up my whole engine bay. I want to like redo the charge piping. I want to get exhaust piping for it, so I could weld to it. Clean up all the wiring mess behind the motor. There's a bunch of shit I want to clean up. Clean up all these cuts. So it's gonna be a longer project than I thought. Maybe paint the motor since it's gonna be block. And I can. Yeah, I'm just gonna clean it up, make it look nice. Valve cover off. So now you can see the head bolts in here. But before I do that, gotta take this off. I'm gonna take the glow plugs out, undo the exhaust, take probably this upper intake off, leave the lower intake on because I think it's part of the head obviously, and then make sure no wires are on the back of the head, and then should be able to pull it. So I'd say like 30 minutes before it's out. Alright, it's been about like an hour since I filmed, but I got the intake off, got the timing belt off. Now I'm going to take the head bolts out, and then, oh yeah, I took a bunch of hoses off the coolant flange. There's one more that I can't get to, so I'm going to slide the head forward and get it off. And there's this P-clip right here I need to get off. But, take the head bolts out, slide the head forward, take it off. I got my exhaust off the turbo, all the sensors are off the turbo. So it should just be that one hose, a P-clip, and I just remembered about this charge pipe that I have to take off, which is easy, and then head should come off. Bigger ratchet. One. Whoops. You really want to make sure your sockets in the head on these. You really don't want to strip them, because that would suck. Oh, what the hell? There's a rock in my motor. This is so fucking stupid. I think. Oh my god, it's so fucking off here. What the fuck? Okay, after like 2 hours of fighting with it, it should be off. here way too long. It's 2:05 now. Got the head off. Dirt fell into my cylinders from that, so I'm gonna have to vacuum that out. But yeah, this thing's been overheated for a while. You can see all the dried up coolant. And then the head gasket was leaking from back here. Yeah, I want to clean up all this wiring in behind there. I had to cut the stupid oil feed line because it didn't undo properly. And then this was holding the head on, so I broke that because I got pissed off with it. Like, it makes no sense how this comes off. Alright, so he just left after like 20 minutes of looking at all the windows, but he left, which is nice. So yeah, now I'll show you. Here's the head, or the block, sorry. Here's the block. Ignore the sand, that just fell in there. But it's all done, all off. There's a turbo line right there you can see the end of. That I had to cut because it twisted on the turbo. So then move this. This is the top of something. It hit a bridge with the top open. Yeah, so this line twisted when I was taking it off. Also, it's unthreading from the turbo. Whatever. But this head's probably garbage. I will flip it over and check the head gasket. Holy. Yeah, so intake, so it was leaking from right there. You could see, yeah, all the buildup of coolant there. Where it's leaking, all like the residue on the corner. I'll take the gasket off. Here's the gasket off. It's pretty fucked. Here's the head. It's also pretty fucked. Alright, so that's gonna be it for this one. Got the head off. Got just got the head off. Head gasket off. Made sure it was the head gasket that was actually the problem, which obviously it was. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thanks for watching. See ya.